In today's video, we're going to talk about my top drugstore favorites in 2021. We're going to do a little reflecting on 2021 and a little looking forward to 2022. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around. We're about to get right into it. So hi, thank you for spending some of your time with me today. This channel is for those of us trying to live our second half and make it the best half. We talk about lifestyle, skincare, and makeup. And this year has had its challenges. Let's not lie. 2020 had some challenges, and I think at the end of 2020 we were all ready to ring in the new year for 2021. And now I think most of us have been ready to ring in the new year for 2022 as well. And what that's taught me is that life is going to deal us some adverse conditions, and that it's up to us to choose our attitude and how we're going to handle that and how we're going to frame it. How we frame something can make a big difference on the quality of our life. We can be happy and we can learn how to be content no matter what our circumstances is. The Bible tells me that. To learn to be content whether I have plenty or whether I have a little. And if we can do that, then we're always going to be okay. So as we end one year and we look forward to the next, there were some lessons learned during last year that I'd like to talk about. One is that it brought me back to my roots. So I lost my in-laws at the beginning of the year due to COVID. I lost a couple of cousins, and I faced Hurricane Ida, one of the top 3 strongest storms to ever hit Louisiana. And it hit very close to where I live. They don't all do that. And so some storms may hit Louisiana, but I don't get an impact. This is the only storm in my lifetime that has impacted my home to the extent that this one did. And that in itself is both blessings and challenges. You learn to be grateful. You learn to realize that you can do with so much less than what you think you can do with. And you can do it well and happily. Happiness is a choice. I think Abraham Lincoln said that. And I believe that 100%. So I went back to my drugstore roots because there were a lot of stores that were closed. I had no internet for about 3 months. So I couldn't just go online and order something. There's no cell signal here. I can't get 5G. I can't hop on my cell phone and order. I was just sort of dead in the water with regards to connection to the outside world. And before having a YouTube channel, I had never been in an Ulta, never been in a Sephora. All my makeup was drugstore makeup, and that did just fine for me. Occasionally, I would get Estee Lauder or Clinique from a department store when they had a special, but for the most part, it just wasn't a priority. When I began to reach 48, 49, and I could see that time and age were taking their toll on me, I wasn't really drastically upset, but I was interested in what I could do to make the most of my aging years, both the longevity of my life and the quality of my life, as well as try to look the best that I could as I aged. I have chosen not to do drastic measures in that department. I mostly deal with topical things and makeup and light and illusion and just things that are going to make me feel my best at my age. I'm aging gratefully. Once I started my YouTube channel and went down that path, I started buying more higher end products, and I enjoyed them. I love the things I'm getting from Sephora and Ulta and department stores. But I realized that drugstore is really just as good at making you look and feel your best. Now, if you want a luxury product, there is nothing wrong with that. Go get it. But it's not necessary, so don't think you have to spend a lot. Or don't feel pressure by beauty influencers to buy the latest and the greatest. Look at them, enjoy them, play with them if you like it. Pick up what you think would make you feel good, but don't feel pressure to spend more. You don't have to spend a lot to look your best. Today I have just an everyday makeup look, and it is all drugstore products. I'm not going to cover every single drugstore product that I liked this year, but I'm just going to highlight the top ones. The first thing is that I no longer buy beauty blenders and spend $20 on them, or the Stands Out Beauty Sponge and spend $20 on them. I liked those products, but I have discovered that I can get a Koki sponge that I love every single bit as much as a beauty blender for $5 at Rite Aid or $7-ish on Amazon. Now, my dogs love my makeup sponges, so it's really good for me to find more affordable ones. In the process of filming this video, I left this Koki sponge completely intact right here where I'm filming. I got up to do something, I came back and it was on the floor missing pieces. Just that fast. I have like 20 other ones like this. I have to remember just to grab them and bring them with me wherever I go, or they're going to get them. So affordable in this department is definitely a plus. But the quality is here. This is a damp one. I used it to apply this look before they had taken chunks out of it. And it blends and bounces and it's soft. I love the texture. I love it to be bouncy. I don't like a hard sponge. This one meets all of the criteria and it gets the job done. I prefer a sponge to a brush. If I'm going to use a brush, I think that Real Techniques and Eco Tools at the drugstore can give you a very good product at an affordable price. This Eco Tools foundation brush is so soft but yet dense enough to really blend and pack cream products, liquid products. Can get that foundation into my pores really good. You can put on cream blush. It's lovely and affordably priced. As far as Real Techniques brushes, these are top of the line for me at the drugstore. I can get any kind of brush that I need from them and I enjoy them. Do I enjoy luxury brushes too? Yes, absolutely. Will you see me use them in some of my videos? Yes, absolutely. But I don't need them and neither do you. So if you're on a budget, don't feel the pressure to grab one of those. Favorite products, besides this find of the Koki sponge this year, was this Essence My Skin Perfector Tinted Primer Instant Blur Effect with a natural matte finish. I have 05, it's the color Fair Neutral. You can see it is well loved. If you have enlarged looking pores like I do, if they're very visible, if you have textured skin, I had cystic acne as a teen and in college, and it left some orange peel texture and a very imperfect canvas, this helps smooth that out. It doesn't get rid of it. It doesn't make it go away, but it definitely makes everything look better. And this is like around the $5 price point. Whipped, it comes in 6 shades. And you can wear it by itself. If you get one that's close to your skin tone, I say close because these only come in 6 shades. You don't have to have an exact match. It sort of melds with your skin and takes on your skin tone and blurs everything and imperfects everything and covers the imperfections. It doesn't imperfect anything and just makes it smooth and ready for your makeup or just ready for your day just on its own because it is a tinted primer. Love this. It rivals higher end ones, my Tatcha, my Timeless. It blurs them just fine. Okay, the next standout product has been foundation. This Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator with hyaluronic acid, squalene, which is a humectant which draws moisture in, which is also what the hyaluronic acid is, so it plumps your skin, it hydrates your skin. It's a tinted skin veil, so it does provide coverage, and it surprisingly gives you really good coverage. I can get an oil-free sheer to medium coverage with this, and I can definitely build it up to medium without it looking cakey. It looks very natural. It feels natural on my skin. It feels like I'm not wearing any foundation at all. And this has been kind of the year of the skin tints and the tinted moisturizers. I think staying home, people have realized that they maybe don't need to look as flawless as they used to feel like they needed, and they just want a little bit of polishing. This is perfect, and it gives you great coverage. I can get rid of my redness with this. It doesn't clean the texture. It's around the $10 mark, and it is well loved, and it has been well publicized on social media for good reason. This is definitely a winner. I've already talked to you about my love for the True Match Nude L'Oreal Hyaluronic Tinted Serum Mouthful, but these are about $20. This is about $10 and or less, and I love it. I love it. I could go to this every day and rarely feel like I need anything fancier. The other thing that I want to talk about is the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim. I don't even know why people would need to spend a lot on a brow product these days. They're killing it at the drugstore. This is very fine. It is multiple shades, gives you really good control. It lasts, it frames my eyes. It works just as good as my higher end products. I really like it. I also like the one by Wet n Wild, the Brow Obsessive. That works well for me also. That one's a little more waxy, and sometimes I have to just work just slightly a little more to get the shape that I want. It's hardly difficult, but this is probably my go-to. And if you prefer one that has a wider tip so that you can fill it in easier, the Revlon is by Colorstay is a good choice. This one has a little bit, it's not as fine of a point. It kind of has that angle that you can take, which really helps you if you're a beginner too. So those have been winners. We're almost done. I want to mention this Incognito Mega Last Concealer by Wet n Wild. I'll have prices and descriptions below. I don't remember the price of this, but definitely on the more inexpensive side of concealers. What I like about this compared to even other drugstore concealers is that it is thin. It is so thin but provides amazing coverage. I like this better than the e.l.f. Creamy Camo Concealer because it is so light. It does not emphasize my lines because it is so thin. It is not adding a layer of texture on top, but yet the coverage is amazing. You can get a full coverage with this without a full coverage look. Now this is a light shade. I like this for underneath my eyes because it brightens and it really opens up my under eyes, and it makes my hooded, shrinking little eyes look bigger and brighter, and I really enjoy this. It lasts all day. I don't even feel like I need to set it. Sometimes I'll put a little setting powder on top of it if I really am going to have a long day, but it's beautiful. I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you have deep, dark under eye circles that you want to cover, but you don't want to emphasize your lines and wrinkles. Now, you can use it for spot correcting on your face as well, but I would recommend that you got a shade that would match your skin tone a little better. So, how many was that? 1, 2, 3. I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about drugstore mascara. I'm going to zoom you in. Look at my mascara today. I think this is the kind of look that I like and appreciate in a mascara. I don't like falsies, but this gives me a dramatic lash effect. This is 2 coats. This is the L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara. I don't even think this got really good reviews, and I absolutely love it. There's also one by Revlon, Fierce something. It's got that hourglass shaped brush. I've had it in other videos. I'll link it below. Those two, this one and that one, are my 2 favorite from the drugstore. But you could almost go into the drugstore with your eyes blindfolded and just pick because they have gotten so good at their mascara game at the drugstore. Seriously. Why would you need a high-end? And if you don't like a thick lash, you just want a thin lash to lengthen, the Essence mascaras are beautiful, and you can get those for $4.99. And there are a variety of shapes. There's, wispy ones, there's lengthening ones, there's volumizing ones. They're all terrific. Last but not least, I will say, is the e.l.f. mini bite-size palettes. I love grabbing these. It's what I have on my eyes today. I don't think you even need to spend a lot on an eyeshadow palette. These can give you dramatic looks or simple everyday looks. There's a wide variety for any taste that you might have. I think the drugstore is killing it. I appreciate that Hurricane Ida made me go back to my drugstore roots, because I'm going to be drawing more on the drugstore side of things. Maybe not 100% of the time, but definitely some of the time. So what are your favorite drugstore products? What do you find at the drugstore is just as good as what you get at Sephora or Ulta or at the department store? I'd love to hear what your choices are in the comments. I didn't mention the lifter glass. The lifter glass are sort of dupes for the Fenty Gloss Bomb. Look at this. I am a gloss girl more than a lipstick girl, so I love a clear gloss or a light gloss on top of my lipsticks. These are wonderful at an affordable price point. They do come in shades and colors, so if you just want this, or you just want gloss, or you want something with color, you definitely can choose that. This matches every lipstick. I can top every lipstick with it, so I enjoy it. I'll also say that I've been enjoying the Flower Beauty lipsticks. This is the cream lipstick in Spice Petal by Flower Beauty. This is very similar in shade to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk for a fraction of the cost. You definitely get the same look. It's creamy, it's long wearing, feels good on your lips, it doesn't emphasize lines. I think it is spectacular. So I hope you enjoyed hearing my favorite drugstore products for 2021. Again, this is not an all-inclusive list. I have done a complete look with drugstore products in this video. There are products for every makeup need in the drugstore that I think would suit you fine. If you're looking for a drugstore dupe for one of your favorite high-end products, let me know in the comments and I'll tell you what I have that I'm enjoying. From lip liners to eyeliners to mascaras to powders to higher coverage foundations, you name it, it's there. So the other thing I want to talk about is a perception that the beauty community is very superficial. And I sort of wanted to just talk a little tiny bit about that and say that there are many reasons that women do beauty YouTube channels. And many times it doesn't mean that we are so superficial. Most days I don't wear a lot of makeup. I'm looking like myself in a messy bun and a little mascara and eyebrow pencil some days and powder and nothing else, maybe a little lip gloss, sometimes nothing at all. I'm not a glamour girl. I'm a bayou girl from the south and I am definitely not a glamour girl. But I have a beauty channel. Why? Because I am looking for connection. I am looking for connection with other women who are in my age bracket who are dealing with the same issues that I deal with. I love the exchanges in the comments. I love learning from them, sharing with them, and I love the friendships. And I wear them, I enjoy them, I test them, I pick a few because you only need a few at a time, and then I donate the rest. You'll never find me being able to really swatch and compare swatches because I don't hoard my makeup. I share it with other people who are going to get enjoyment out of it. Now, not necessarily a lipstick, unless it's someone like my mom, but eyeshadow palettes, makeup products, for your foundation, anything that you're not rubbing literally on your skin, that's not getting your germs on it. I share and spread the love to people who may not be able to afford it or who may appreciate being gifted it. Also, it's not where all my money goes. I don't spend a lot on home decor. I don't spend a lot on fashion. I don't spend a lot on jewelry. I don't spend a lot on my vehicles. This is where I spend a little bit of money so that I have some things to bring me to this channel in order for me to engage and make friends in my age group going through the same things. And not that I owe an explanation, or any of us owe an explanation, but just don't automatically think that people who have a beauty channel are in any way superficial. Many of them, that's just a very small part of their life. Makeup is a very, very small part of my life. But the YouTube channel and the YouTube community is a little bit larger part of my life. I love the interactions and the comments and getting to talk with you all and seeing what makes you feel better in your second half. I also like covering different topics sometimes, like shapewear and like lifestyle things, what I'm finding on Amazon, what helps me live my second half as the best half, like my weight loss journey, those kinds of things. So many of us in this community are homebound. There are weeks working from home where I don't have to leave my house. I live in the country. I don't get out to malls and things like that a lot. Sometimes the only time I'm going out is to the mailbox. And that's not to say feel sorry for me. I'm very happy, love my family, have a rich, full life. But I work from home. I don't get out a lot. Sometimes we lose friends because our friendships were tied to our children and their friends and their parents through sporting events or activities at school. And as they leave the nest and we become empty nesters and we're searching for ourselves again, we lose some of those connections in the community. And sometimes YouTube is the only reaching out that we're doing. And so yes, we're willing to spend a little more to have that. We're not spending big money anywhere else. So it's a choice. And whatever you choose is up to you. Just know that as a whole, sometimes that's the only thing that some of us women are doing. There are women with health issues that can't leave the house, and YouTube is their only connection to the outside world. And applying makeup is their only hobby, and it's the only thing that they're spending money on. So don't be so quick to judge in 2022. Seek first to understand. Be tolerant. Open your heart. Open your mind. Choose to love. Choose to be accepting. Let's make 2022 a wonderful year. Let's build stronger friendships. Let's love deeper. Let's love more. Let's judge less. Let's be kinder to one another. So we're going to close on this first day of January. You might be seeing it on the second day of January. From the book, Jesus Calling. This is a devotional book that was given to me as a Christmas present, and it has so touched my heart. So January 1st, it says, "Come to me with a teachable spirit, eager to be changed. A close walk with me is a life of continual newness. Do not cling to old ways as you step into a new year. Instead, seek my face with an open mind, knowing that your journey with me involves being transformed by the renewing of your mind. As you focus your thoughts on me, be aware that I am fully attentive to you. I see you with a steady eye because my attention span is infinite. I know and understand you completely. My thoughts embrace you in everlasting love. I also know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Give yourself fully to this adventure of increasing attentiveness to my presence." Psalm 27:8. Romans 12:2. and Jeremiah 29:11. I just thought that was an appropriate passage as we start the new year. So I'm wishing all of you an intentional life, a life where you get up and strive to make every day better than the last. And that's not just better for you, but better for others. Be kinder, be less judgmental, be more open, be a clapper for others. Ashley, that's from you. So until next time, go out and live like Mel.